Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Alex and I appreciate you clicking on this video. Today we're going to talk about 5 confident and successful fragrances that I've used personally in interviews, I've used in corporate jobs, I've used in times of need to feel superior and smell like a boss. And that's what we're going to talk about today, so stay tuned. All right guys, welcome back. Again, thanks so much for clicking on the video. I appreciate that. I love all the support, comments, shares. It's been fantastic. Today we're talking about 5 fragrances that make me feel confident, and it's probably gonna make you feel confident too. I would suggest that you try these via sample. Are they blind buy safe? Some of them are. So we're gonna get right into the first one now. All right guys, the first one we're talking about today is gonna be Creed Eau Fraiche. This, my friends, is citrus, lemon, dries down into these beautiful woods, a little bit of sandalwood in the base. It's very bright and uplifting, and it's got that thing that Creed gives you with their oils. It's beautiful, it's beautifully crafted, gorgeous bottle. It is gonna be not just a run-of-the-mill Creed fragrance. It's not an Aventus, it's not an Aventus cologne, it's not like some of the other ones that they have to offer, but Eau Fraiche to me is bright and citrusy and gives me that uplift that I really need if I'm going into a meeting or any sort of consultation with anyone at any time. This gives me that confidence. Jeremy Fragrance once said to wear a light, citrusy fragrance first thing in the morning, and that will bring you upward. I can't agree more. Creed Eau Fraiche is a fragrance that I heavily believe in as that statement. Pretty good dent on this. I've worn this just about a year and a half, and I loved it. Staying power on me is about 5-6 hours tops. You will get some whiffs on it later on in the afternoon as your body heats up again, or if you're in like situational meetings where you're gonna heat up again, you're gonna smell it. It's not intrusive. It doesn't belong in this huge scent bubble of a problem that some fragrances can be, especially when you're in a small, branch banking like I was, or human resources in an office with multiple people. It's not gonna offend. So that is Creed Eau Fraiche. Let's go to the next one now. This one is gonna be one of my top favorites for another freshie. And when I say freshie, I mean fragrances that are easy to wear, bright and uplifting. This one has got prominent notes of ginger, and you're gonna smell that here. This one is incredible. Ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about L'Immensité from Louis Vuitton. This bad boy right here is gorgeous. Bright, citrusy as well, very similar to a Eau Fraiche in that whole aspect up top, but it's got a blast of ginger in the mid notes. And I'm gonna tell you right now, it is fresh and sexy. This does last a very, very long time on my skin. For a freshie, I was getting about 8 hours. It's got a little bit of like this leather note at the base that as it dries down over the course of a few hours, you're gonna smell that. It's gonna get a little bit more masculine versus fresh. But to me, it's a no-brainer. In fact, that's why it's one of the best, most sought after Louis Vuitton fragrances out there is L'Immensité. It is just so versatile, so good. And I can't rave enough about it. It's been really good for me in situations. When I worked at the bank, I used to rock this, 2 sprays around the neck, and it would just radiate all day long. It gives you a good scent bubble that's not intrusive, makes you feel like a boss, gives you that oomph that you need before those meetings and consultations. So that's gonna be L'Immensité by Louis Vuitton. I've had this for a little over a year now. This is gonna be getting into the kind of cooler weather. If you're into a climate controlled environment, you're gonna be wearing pretty much anything you want. This goes along with that too, but it's good to break out during the fall and the winter time. That is going to be Santal Journey from the house of Habibi New York. Beautiful bottle, heavy caps, very heavy caps, beautiful atomizer. And if you're not sure about Santal, you might have heard of Le Labo, Santal 33. There's a lot of sandalwood fragrances out there, but this, my friends, to me is the most superior. Absolutely the most superior. It is sandalwood bomb. That is really what I'm getting, is sandalwood and some other top notes on the top to kind of bring it all together, but the woods goes all the way through. Sandalwood to me is linear. It does stay at the top and roll all the way down to the bottom. This is a Middle Eastern brand. So Habibi New York is a Middle Eastern brand that is based out of New York that does phenomenal fragrances. If you haven't checked them out, go ahead and check right here. They're beautiful. My wife's favorite fragrance is Radiant Florals and Amber from them, and it's my favorite on her too. It's beautiful. It's not scary. It's gorgeous. Their fragrances they have in the line, they have a bunch of oud line fragrances, they have a bunch of their originals, and they're strong. They are Middle Eastern strength powerhouse beast mode nuclear bombs. Okay, these are freaking amazing. So I will say right now, Santal Journey is sandalwood. It is woods, it dries down, and it wears all day long. 2 sprays of this around my neck. I literally could smell it from the beginning of the day when I sprayed it on to the end of the day when I took my shower. It's so radiated. The House of Habibi is confident in the fact that their fragrances are gonna last on you all day. And I can attest to that. It is a sandalwood bossy fragrance. It's nice and mellow. It's not too bright at all. It's gonna be nice and dense and wear really well, especially in the rain, the wintertime like we have here in Portland. It's a great no-brainer to pull out and start using. So that is gonna be Santal Journey from the House of Habibi. Next one is one that I've worn to a lot of interviews. I wore this during an interview. I interviewed 3 times for this particular job. Unfortunately, didn't get it, but I was able to have a discussion and interview with the CEO of this house. Of this company. And every single interview I wore Versace Pour-Homme. If you know, you know. If you've never bought it and used it, I recommend getting a blind buy of this bottle. This is one on the list, 1 or 2 on the list that I could definitely get behind saying blind buy. This is a tester bottle. It was like $33 shipped for a tester bottle of 100 milliliters. So I've gone through a pretty solid amount. You can find the actual original with the full presentation end cap for like 45, 50 bucks at most. This is a no-brainer, you guys. This is a fresh, blue, aquatic, easy to wear fragrance that is not going to get you anything besides compliments. I used to wear this into the bank, and every time I wore it, I got, oh my gosh, Alex, you smell amazing. What is that? What is that? What is that? Versace Pour-Homme is, like I said, blue and aquatic. It's bright and citrusy. It's a citrus bomb at first. That citrus thing that you need in the morning, and it carries throughout the day. Longevity, like I said, throughout the day. As an eau de toilette, this baby stays. I don't know how it does it, but it stays not linear, but it stays blue and aquatic all day long, and it dries down in some woods. It's gorgeous fragrance, absolutely gorgeous fragrance. I recommend this for sure as, to me, one of the best, if not the best Versace that I've ever smelled in my life, and there's a lot out there. You've got Eros and Eros Flame. This right here is wear this to work, smell like a boss, you smell confident, get the interview. Okay, right there, Versace Pour-Homme. Crazy if I wasn't mentioning, because I am so tried and true in this brand, in this house. I'm sure you all know, I work with this fragrance house. I help them run their socials, and I stand behind this fragrance house. I'm inspired by fragrance house 1000%, and that is the House of Barrett Fragrances. Particularly this fragrance, Valhalla. And if you don't know, I'm about to put you on. Valhalla is their version of Creed Aventus. And you might be saying, hey, a lot of clone houses do Creed Aventus. And they do. They do. Some are really good. Some are good, some are trash. The original is beautiful, but to me, it doesn't last on my body very long. I don't smell it very long. Do I go Nosmic? Maybe. Is an old factory situation? Maybe. But I'll tell you right now, Barrett Fragrances Valhalla is 2010 Creed Aventus. The first rendition, the first batches that rolled out. Ross Barrett took that and made his version of that, and that is why you have a huge dent in this bottle. This is actually the old bottles. This is the old style of bottles that used to be around. I got this bad boy 2021, middle of 21. So I've had this for a while. It's been around. It's been around the block. It is Creed Aventus, but an extrait de parfum. Blast of pineapple, all the musk, all the sex appeal that comes along with the original, but for me, this lasts on my body all day long. It does dry down, the pineapple does start to dissipate, and you get more of that oak moss and more of that musk and more of those woods and just that beautiful vanillic flavoring and smell. It just comes out throughout the day, and you can smell this on your body throughout the entire day. And I swear to God, I could smell this on me the entire day. Where I wore the original, I lost it within an hour. This is superior to me, and that's why I'm going to continue wearing Barrett fragrances and supporting 100%, because I can rely on the fragrance house. Okay, they're phenomenal. Valhalla from Barrett Fragrances. You walk into a meeting with this on, people are going to look at you and command the room. You're going to command the room. You're going to walk in and go, whoa, what does that smell? Who smells like that? That's CEO stuff right there. Okay, that's management, that's leadership, that's a boss that walks to the door that knows his stuff. Okay, that is Valhalla from Barrett Fragrances. And you guys, that does finalize the 5 fragrances that make me feel successful, that I've worn on interviews, makes me feel confident when I've worn into meetings, and maybe you might feel the same way too. So if you want to, go ahead and click the link below. It takes you to Barrett Fragrances, where you can get this bottle on discount. I do have an affiliate code, don't tell anybody. And their original prices are $44.99, but with my code, you can save 20% off that. So hit that, boom. The rest of them, easy breezy, easy to find, you guys. I'll link those down below as well. And remember, if you look good, you smell good, you feel good, be good. I'll probably smell you later.